Sup guys, I hope everyone's doing good. So today we'll be continuing the back testing of this year USD, and I'll try to explain the things, right? Perfect. So I think we have back tested till this far. Good. I lost that session. Man, it got reset, so couldn't continue from that. So I need to create a new one. And I think we were looking at these two liquidity points in the last session as our major liquidity points, right? And then this, you can say that this is just a sort of accumulation on a higher time frame, right? So basically we have a breakout structure that the high led to this low. Now we are stuck between this high and this low, so we want to see a clear inducement of either the high or the low to get the major move. And with that, if we get an inducement high, that will be aligning with our overall higher time frame trend, which is what, which is bearish. So we can see low high, and then we do have where is that, low high low, right, high, and then another low, right, breakout structure. So if we manipulate this high, means giving an inducement to the upside, I will be targeting this low as a major high time from external liquidity. With that, if you see this, this is turning out to be a build up, or you can say that that trend line on the H1, right? Now with this price action, I can pretty much see a nice little, okay, we have sort of build up in the inducement, and I can grab myself a nice little PY. Now why I'm taking this whole range is that because we do have liquidity quite near towards it, and then obviously you can do what, you can just refine that POI, right? But I'll be taking this whole, okay, this whole man range. Now we wait for the clear inducement, right? So okay, Thursday I'll try to play this day out, and then we'll see what is happening, what is going to happen on the next day. And now if I try to mark out my lows, this got mitigated, right? Coming from this one, I think okay, this got mitigated in there. We do have this one that got mitigated, and then we do have this one that got mitigated. So see that we are now building liquidity, and liquidity. So a lot of stop losses below these mitigations, and I know we traded these ones, right? So let's just see that if we can get some sort of good buys, pretty much inducement of that low into this mitigation, right? I will mark this one. Why? Because this is like a lot of liquidity, or we can get a nice little inducement of these lows. So we will see what price is going to do, and once we take out these liquidity, the inducement high, right? So these lows becomes our targeted liquidity, and this low being the final inducement level, right? Perfect. I think everything is clear so far, so let's just try to, okay, how do I do this? Good. So let's just try to, go to the next day. Okay, how do I do that? Perfect. Okay, good. Let's just wait for the new session. I think it is right there. Perfect. So kind of missed a few of that move, and again, no clear inducement. A lot of guys would have been trying to sell from this level, but this is not a valid zone for me to get a proper nice entry. Yes, you can trade that into this one, but this is just an SMT for me. And if price wanted to move down from there, price won't be staying there for this bit, right? So let's just try to wait and see what are we going to do. Obviously my eyes are on this inducement level that is aligning with the higher time frame, and with that, this low is a good inducement level to get a sort of reaction from there that we can trade. Okay, good, perfect. So let's just play out. It is way too bad. There we go. Perfect. So New York session opens, right? Okay, we had an inducement into and mitigation of that refinement as well. So what can I do is I can delete that whole range, and now I have a valid refinement to trade away from, right? So now what can we do? We can jump on M1 to get ourselves nice little entry. Okay, so what this price section is, we have this. An internal breakout structure will be good, but yep, let's just try to play the price. There we go. We do have a valid internal breakout structure. Price can come back into this valid inducement POI that I will be taking a trade from. So let's just try to calculate the risk to reward. If it's good, okay, I'll take it. All right, cool. So one thing is that placing your stop loss at this point will be a bit risky. Why? Because price can always come back, induce that, and then go lower. So this will be a safer approach to place your stop loss. And this also depends on the risk reward that I'll be getting. Obviously, this is whole trend line liquidity. So either you want to take partial at this level or this level looks more good to me. But if I am trading intraday and like let's just say this is 3 hours, so if I get at least 5 hour at this moment, this is where I'll be taking my partials. But okay, let's just see, by covering the high we get 4 hour, and if we just go with whiskey 11 pip stop loss, this is like 5.8 hour, which is really good. And now the full TP I know would be this one, but we can obviously let a small runner run till this low. That's what we will try to do in this video, right? Try to hold trades till our higher time frame liquidity target. So you can say that this approach is also good for sort of swing trading as well. Perfect. Okay, cool. So M5 we have inducement getting the rejection with that M5 sort of supply zone. So let's just remove that. I'll try to place my limit order, obviously 1% risk. Okay, still safe. There we go. So all these are good. Okay, let's just, there we go. Perfect. So full TPR there as a swing trade. We'll try to take 50% off at this low, break even at this one, or break even at that low. So that all depends, right? And I can, delete these unnecessary lows at this moment, right? Why? Because these ones are more relevant rather than these lows. Perfect, cool. So let's just try to execute the trade. Okay, kind of missed that. Okay, let's go on M1 and see if we could have gotten an entry. Cool. So we came back to that internal EPA level and then started to move lower, right? Okay. Let me just get a bit more clear idea on the higher time frame. Build up, inducement. That's what we saw. And again, M5. Pretty much this can also work. So let's just delete that limit and we miss this trade. Okay, give me an inducement. Took out, I think, for okay, cool. This would be something really good. Why? Faking the reaction, right? Now on M5, I think we do have a relative breakout structure as well. So we can came back to this EPA level with this possible decisional mitigational zone, right? That's what I want to confirm by going on H1 and see how this candle looks like. Perfect. Okay, cool. Strong bearish momentum, or you can say the rejection, and that's it. And this will be sort of the whole range, with that this being the refinement, right? I hope this is clear so far, right? And let's just try to wait for price to, there we go, tagged out, took out sort of a bit of liquidity. That's why we are having a reaction, right? Okay, cool. So let's see that now if we can like get a clean entry. Though I missed my initial trade, right, which was initial entry, sorry, which was quite good. So now I don't really want to hold this trade till that low. So this would be my final TP. Why? Because I can see liquidity above these highs. So pretty much we at this moment you can get a good reaction from this one till this. But then I think after a few days price can come back and mitigate this whole higher time frame POI that I need to monitor, right, the inducement POI. So far so good. Okay, let's split. Okay, still nothing. There we go. So this might be a really good entry opportunity, right? Break even, full TP. Let's bit go on the higher time frame and see. Okay, there we go. So we came back, fill that. What do you say that, man? Fill that imbalance. So now I'm okay. M5, a good rejection, right? We can like get this and this as well, which will be bit nicer. So M5 POI, but this stop loss placement is a bit risky. This is more safer approach. We do have like let's just make it bit 10 hour. There we go. 6 pip stop loss would be more than enough, I think. And again, 1% risk. Okay, just don't do this. Okay, fine. Okay, perfect. Seems like a missing day. Can't do anything, right? So I think, and it's pretty late as well. So let's just delete this one and delete these drawings as well. Go on M15 or M5. And now, okay, let me just delete all this mess as well. So we do have what? We do have a possible mitigation zone, right? With that liquidity. So my idea for sell is now invalid from this, right? Okay, pretty much. Now let's just wait for the new Asian session. Is it started yet? Okay, there we go. So Asia session, where is it reacting to sort of this smart money trap? Not pretty much interested in that. When is it over? Okay, cool. So you can see that Asia reacting to this smart money trap, and what Asia did, Asia created a false bearish move, trapping all those traders trying to sell. So this is a valid point of liquidity, right? Can we trade this reaction? Yes, we can trade this reaction. We took out previous day's lows as well, right? But what will be a good trade is that we induce this high to go lower. That will be aligning with a higher time frame. So let's just mark real quick our SMT level. This is a smart money trap, obviously. And what do we have? You can also mark this as a smart money trap, while low led to an inducement high of these all liquidity stuff. And obviously, what is it? It is resting above liquidity. Also adds to that this is your SMT. But remember, people confuse that SMTs can't give reaction. This is something wrong, right? You can expect a good reaction from the SMT. Why? Because we don't have anything to the opposite side to oppose that reaction. SMT, SMT. So let's just wait for a clear inducement and then get into the trade. So far, there we go. It took out that. Now a lot of guys again see this as an inducement, Asia high, whatever, blah blah blah. Right now they try to sell from this POI, which is again a SMT, right? So we can get an inducement. If we can get an inducement low and then go high, so this is where I can plan some buys to target this overall liquidity, right? Okay, perfect. Let's just see. There we go. Smoke that SMT is on, right? So, and I think this is our IFC level as well. There we go. So, but yeah, IFC level, we just need an inducement of that one. That's pretty much it. And then I'll be interested in selling. Okay, building liquidity, sort of build up phase. Again, we can come. Okay, sorry. SMT, whatever that is. We can come back there. That go. This is what I expect at this moment. Or come back this. We try to buy till this level and then again sell. So these are two scenarios in my mind at this moment. Okay, did we had an inducement? Oh no. Cool. So faking the reaction relatively okay, again, obviously no. So let's just wait, man. Okay, now we have a lot of liquidity to the downside, which is really good. And SMT, right? Let's just see. There we go, faking the reaction again. And okay, cool. There we go, boom. Right. Perfect inducement of our liquidity level that we identified into where? Into this whole mitigational zone, which I defined to this level. right? Or you can also uh, start from where the last imbalance is. So this is where that last imbalance is. Okay, I can track that. And this is where our mitigation zone would be. And then obviously the refinement, right? Let me just real quick see if it is recording. Okay. Yes, it is recording. There we go. Perfect. Okay. M5 reaction. So let's go on M1 though. Okay. Still nothing that good for me. Let's try to go on M5 and see. There we go. Okay. Pretty much indecision in the market. There we go. Perfect. Coming back in there would be really good. That's where I'll try to enter. Stop 6.5 pips. Now this is a very good entry for what? For us to target our that external low, which is around 40R, but obviously partials right there, right? So let's just say that we take out 50% at 12R, 50% at there, or we can just take 80% at 12R, which is more than enough, and then 20% for this runner, right? Let me just real quick place the order. Save. Okay. Just don't do this with me, man. Okay, cool. What do we have? We do have another level of EPA, which I will track to the left or so right. A valid mitigational zone. Just remove that limit. It's pretty sure that we keep on getting missed. I don't want to go on M1 on S2. This would have been a good entry, but I'm trying to stick with, you know, some good trades and some safer entries, right? Okay, perfect. So what do we have? Let's just now wait. Again, it's late in the day. Take our liquidity. Give me okay, something good, please. Might have fell up. Adding to this low, right? Sorry. Adding to that low. And I think let's go on H1. Okay, H1 starts where? This one, right? Asia high inducement. This would be something really good. I'm going on M15. Let's just try to remove this drawing, right? Honestly, but this is low high particle structure, so this would be IFC level. Took out liquidity, EPA level, but we are building above EPA level, so inducement high to go low, inducement high to go low. Two cases. I know I missed like two good trades in a day. Can't do anything really, you know. It's like in front of you guys. Didn't go tagged in, didn't go tagged in, and this is one of the shittest thing, right? Okay, good. Okay, there we go. Give me an inducement. Okay, still Asia. Okay, there we go. Tap perfectly. See that? Tap that level perfectly. I think I do that on H1. There we go. So let's do what? Let's look for some good SLs. Delete. Okay, M1. M5. Okay, give me a pullback. There we go. Market execute. 4 pips. Let's make it 4 pips, right? Target what? First target. Second target, right? Okay. Where is this? Place order. Sorry. Place order. Market. 1% risk save. There we go. Nice. Okay, reacting from this low. this might be a break even as well, right? Nice re-entry. I won't take in re-entry, right? There we go. This was a perfect re-entry. Their body close, so stops. Now you can place your stops here or there, right? So if honestly, if price comes back to this and violates this POI, we can pretty much go up and take that high, right? So both are safer for you to place your stop. If you place your stop loss, this will cover pretty much your commissions and all those stuff, right? That's really good, right? So let's just wait for our liquidity targets. Now, again, identifying new liquidity, this is your previous daily low that can give us a reaction, right? So need to monitor that. If price like starts to turn a bit bullish, partials right there. If no, bullish trends is like forming this will be where we take partials. Simple as that. Okay. Okay. Now what do we have? There we go. Perfect. A level where we can come back and test that. Okay, cool. Take out daily low. Let's just see that if we start to form bullish. Nope. Nope. See that. Okay, cool. What price can do is pretty much go back there. So nothing for me to take partials at this moment. Okay. Liquidity being generated. Inducement of that would be really good for a nice re-entry that I won't honestly take. Okay, perfect. There we go. So no bullish intention so far. Took out our partials, right? So let's just go ahead and close around 50%. I'd say let's just calculate the R at this moment. So I think we are up like 12 hours so far. There we go, like 15 hours so far. So I think 75% makes good amount of money to us, and then the rest will be taken out at that low, right? Same thing again. So this all becomes what? This all becomes my liquidity. So I can drag it to the right and pretty much this level as well. So now we are partials out. Price can give us a pullback, taking out this liquidity. So I am not trading in. Okay, where is that tool? Let me just real quick get that. Okay, there we go. So I'm not trying to trade this whole stuff, right? This whole part. Okay, cool. Let's just, there we go. Reaction coming in from that liquidity that we just took out. Can we take some hedge buys? Yes, but are those preferred? No, right? I won't take those buys. Are those valid? Yes, those are valid. Why I took out liquidity, reacting to pretty much this whole mitigation zone, but why I don't want to go against the overall high time frame momentum, right? So you can just see this how we are falling down and then how the pullback occurs again, same thing, right? So I just don't want to go against that, but I think this might be a good level of entry. This might be a good level of entry. Oh man, I'm honestly it looks good to me, man. I just don't want to take that, so let's just try to tape with this, right? There we go. Entry stop loss might below this one will be a bit risky. Why? Because it's a bit choppy. So obviously 3.84 hours, so not a good setup for me, so won't execute the trades, but let's just read it, right? Okay, there we go. Reacting to liquidity again, reaction, adding more liquidity, and we will just chill them with a. Okay, I think now it's pretty late in the day as well, so let's just play the price action. And there we go. Perfect, right? So would have been a good trade, no risk reward, not good risk reward, and a risky trade. That's why we didn't execute it. There we go. Tap back to our level, taking out this liquidity. So I'll delete that line. Now, what do we have? Asia taking out liquidity. We do have a breakout structure with all the liquidity to target, and then the lows to the left as well. So what can we do? Okay, cool. So still, yeah, okay. Asia is not over, so I want Asia to end. Okay, perfect. When is it over? It's not now. There we go. So what can I expect? Asia price or price to come back to this mitigation inducement PY that was formed during Asia there, and then we go right uh for that buy. And if I can see on M15, okay, there we go. So a nice level of mitigation zone as well, right? So this is what I expect in for price to do, but let's just play the price. Okay, cool. I think it might be news still. So what do we have? We have a break of structure. So again, obviously now this is adding more liquidity for the price to take to the high side. And once we had this break of structure, this will again make this structural high more relevant, right? Okay, cool. Yep, that's what I expected. Price way too bearish. Okay, cool. Again, can we get some good buys in there? I won't say good buys, but I'll say risky buys. Again, valid going into this whole mitigation, taking out previous day's lows can work out, but we need to see and wait for price to develop again going on M5. Let's get sort of good rejections from there, and then we can buy till this point, right? Okay. Okay. It's bit good. Okay, New York session is open. There we go. This might be a good little what do you say, that trade entry that I can pull. Okay, what is the risk reward in there? 7.5 hour. Now I honestly want to take this whole bigger zone. Why? Because we have sort of liquidity. So not like setting up the limit, but I'll wait for market to come back. Okay, cool. This would happen and I set it right. Bah, never mind. Okay. There, okay. Still, no inducement. Okay. Give me a good rejection. Final inducement. That's pretty good. I can go on M1. See that's why I don't try to project. I just want to react. If price comes in my PI, I see what it what it's doing. Is it showing me some sort of good strength? If yes, then I will take the trade. Simple, right? Perfect. So pretty much okay. Execution this way where I'll try to execute. Stops around 4.5 pips is good. TP this one. Okay, now regarding risk now, so I'm trying to hedge. I'm going against my overall you can say that high time frame context, so I'll go half of the risk. Okay, no, it's way too bad. Sorry. Okay, good. Where's that? Save. I want to place a limit order. Save. Come on, tag man. Okay, good. Can get a wick down there. That will be really good now. And if it misses, right? There we go. Tagged in. Nice bullish strength coming in the market. So let's just move this bit to the right. And here we go. So pretty much can take partials right there, as I'm already at 0.5% risk, so I won't take partial. I'll just take full TP. So partials there. If candle closes above this break even point, right? Okay, there we go. Break even point. So we can just set break even. I don't expect price to go. Oh man, what do you say that below this low? Okay, do I see an inducement? Let me just real quick zoom in and see if we induce this low. No. So price can pretty much come back, induce this low to fill that imbalance. So I'll just stick with this. If price already induced into that imbalance, filling that all and then moved away, so I would have placed my stop loss there. Why? Because if price comes violates that low, we can violate these lows. That's pretty much understood, right? There we go. A good partial levels, right? But I'm again at a very low risk, so no partials. There we go. Tagged out. Perfect. I think because of some news, and with that we did what? Came back to that level and mitigate that perfectly, right? Now again, what we had an inducement aligning with our overall context, right? So again, what we can look for some sells, right? Okay, sort of internal inducement. I can pretty much play this on the candlesticks, but still I want to wait for it price to form. Give me a breaker structure right now. Let's go on M5. Cool. Rejection, engulfing. Let's just see if I try to execute this trade aggressively. A 12.2 pip stop loss. What partial zones now can I get, right? So let's just identify partial zones. One good zone that I think is this level, honestly. So what is this? Just around 8 hour and then a 15-hour trade. Oh man, not that good risk reward. Honestly, 12.2 pip stop loss is bad for me. It's way too big. Okay, cool. And then this low as well. Okay, M15. Let me just real quick read these lows as well. A bit of reactional zone, something right there. So let's just mark this as a weaker zone and I'll drag it to the right. I want to see what reaction we'll be having from this. So, okay, cool. M5, M1. Okay, where is this? Okay, okay, try to. Okay, so now this is where I'll try to get in. I know. Okay, 9.10 pip stop loss. That's what I want to do, right? And what the risk reward is, honestly, 18-hour trade. Yep, not bad. What are this zone? 6.5, 9.7 cool. So partials, depending on the reaction from this zone and this liquidity point, right? You can just delete that as well, but okay, cool. There we go. Place order should be limit order. 1% risk. Save. Okay, didn't go tagged. Did we get tagged in? Okay, way too bad. Way too bad. Okay, let's just wait then. Okay, no rushing in the trade. Cool. Came back, mitigate that M5 whole zone. There we go. I think we can kind of miss this trade, honestly. And now I think we'll just miss a good trade, but still. Okay, cool. Never mind. We have another day. Okay, I'll just remove that. Remove this, and this. Go on a bit higher time frame. Let's go on M15 because on M5 it's a bit choppy. But if I have mitigation, price can come back to this whole POI. This being sort of liquidity, still not liquidity, but I want to, I want the price to generate more liquidity for this zone, right? And then again, let's now go. Okay, cool. There we go. We just took that liquidity. Never mind. Now it's pretty much forming more liquidity. So there we go. This is a nice little high inducement and Asia session again. So let's just wait. Adding more liquidity to this. That's what I wanted to see. Asia session over, induced into that. Okay, good. M5. What do we have on M5? Now I can just go back there to my final refinements, right? Obviously, your zone need to be 100% correct, right? You can refine afterwards, but don't over refine. Get the whole range, right? Get the whole POI, and then once price is price properly induced into that, now you can look for what you look for the refinements. But just don't take like this is your refinement and this is your refinement. Okay, cool. There we go. We have an M1 breakout structure as well with this M5. So let's just wait for London open. Okay, where is it? I think it's now. Okay, still 5 minutes left. There we go. Perfect. Wait for price to come back into this one and we execute a trade. Okay. What is it? Okay, good. M30 mitigation. M15, nothing that much. This is the whole zone. So I'll remove my refinement. Mark this. White. What do we have on H1 as well? Okay, cool. Oh, damn. Each one has this nice rejection. Okay, good. Okay, just bear with me, guys. I'm planning my, context at this moment. Okay, came back. This sort of inducement came back into this decisional mitigational zone, right? And with that relative equal low, so we can. All right, now two cases in this one. A trade from there, a trade from there. I'll go with both, right? And see which one works out, right? Because both are valid to me. So M5. Okay, cool. There we go. Perfect. Nice candle close on M5. 5.2. Let's just make it 5.5 pip. I want to cover this as well. I don't want to get missed again, right? Again, partials and partials in this after this inducement and this reaction from this whole range. And then what? Simple as that. Full TP. This is what I like 30 risk reward on a very good trade. So save limit. Let's just not get stopped out. Rest we can. Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, bit bad now. Okay, took out liquidity. This might be my break-even zone, but honestly, do I see price can come back in this one? So I'm just waiting for price to go a bit more lower. There we go. Let's just play a bit more price. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Okay, news again. Okay, I just want to put my stop loss at break even. Okay, and one more thing that you can do is you can try the SL of this trade. So now, which is the high that I don't want price to go above? Obviously, this one, right? Sorry, this one. Now, following the inducement, this to this. So I don't want price to go above this high. This is also a sort of thing that you can do, but I don't like to trail my SLs. I like to take partials, right? So you can also do this two things. We can have a nice little re-entry if we get an inducement of this high, right? Okay. Took out us at break even. Didn't give us any sort of partials, like made like 6.86 R. If you're going with what do you say that? Fixed partials, you would have taken partials, but for me, nope. We can do what? We can look for a re-entry now, right? So what do we have is pretty much sort of trend line liquidity, inducement of that. Let's go on M1. Okay. Okay. Going on M5. Perfect. I think it's going to where I expected it to go, right? Okay. Just don't miss me. Rest you can do anything, right? Not that good risk reward again, 15 hour, but yep, let's just take that. Save. Come on, don't be bitch. Okay, now I'm a bit tired. Okay. M15 again. What do we have on M15? Okay, right. So one thing you will see me is that I am quite a bit correct, right? I used to change time frames, right? This is personal preference, but yeah, try to do that. It's really good, honestly. It helps you a lot. Trust me, it helps you a lot. Sticking with my sorry, there we go. Original entry. That in. Okay. Okay. Cool. How do I drag? There we go. So we tagged right there. Might get a re-entry opportunity, so I'll take that as well with a good risk reward. Again, going on M15, give me a good rejection. There we go. Okay, nice. No possible re-entry stuff, right? M5 got out at break even there. Bit frustrating, but yep, it is what it is. This leg is also way too bad, man. This is way too bad. We can just end up take that leg, and now I expect price to must take out these relative equal highs. This is quite bad price action for price to go lower. At least a clean inducement would be really good. So we'll see how price react to these levels, right? I think Asia session. Yep, Asia session. I should have taken partial at this moment. I didn't knew that we were that late, but yep. Check out this level of liquidity. Let's just see for okay. Okay, cool. Okay, kind of start forming the what you said that I'm bullish price action. So how much should I close? Should I close 50%? Yes, sir. Stops to break even. There we go. Now again, going on H1. Let's see what we did on H1. Took out these quite high. This is so this is what I expect to get taken out, right? This is what I expect to take it out, and then this high being as well. So these two liquidity points that we draw earlier. So okay, now we are stuck between these two liquidity points, high, low. Let's just see that. Pretty much we can make you know, this up as well again if we get some good buys again. Okay, it was a good decision to close that trade. Also, it took partials, valid mitigation zone, break of structure, right? Came back to this level, and now then there we go. Perfect. M1. What do I have? I have an M1 this one, so let's just remove this. Mitigation of the zone would be good, but let's just wait. There we go. Perfect. M5. There we go. So now I'll just market execute right there. Stops 6.5. Just covering this mitigation that price can actually go to. Target what? Target pretty much this high 8.3R, which is good. Place order. Market. Save. Okay. Again, a very good re-entry that I just saw with a tighter stop loss. Now is the case I'll move my what you say that my stop loss to break even. Let me just show you the re-entry, right? I can like see the re-entries like this, but you guys need to have a bit of experience. There we go. A nice mitigation being an inducement, and this would have been your with a very tight stop loss like 2.5 pip. Good. M5 again. Okay, and the good thing is that we didn't had a sort of stop loss so far. We had a break even and 2 or 3 misses. That is really good. Okay, cool. Got out at break even on this trade, but we managed, I think, to make that amount right there. So took out my liquidity level. I will plan to get a sell from there, I think, into this one, but this really don't matter, right? Okay, a risky sell, but a really good sell right there. So yeah, let's just go on M1 and see. But let's just play 2 or 3 M5 candles to get an idea. Okay, there we go. It's showing me a bit of the rejection. So, and also in timing, obviously targets or targets, the same thing. Now this one. Okay, now, sorry, full TP, partials, right? Okay, place order. 1% limit save. Well, let me just real quick check the recording. How long is it? Okay, it's like 43 minutes. Okay, it's a bit long, but I'll try to end. Oh man, this one. This day I'll pretty much get one more day, and then we just missed the limit by tick. Okay, good. It's looking a bit bad, honestly. Let me just drag this to there. It's looking a bit bad, but we have. It's looking a bit bad, so let's. Okay, cool. Okay, that's really good. I thought like we might get a stop loss right there, but it's too good, man. Okay, cool. Break even time. We might come back to this mitigation level, but okay, can't do anything, right? Sorry. Okay, doing the same thing. Okay, we are in M5, right? Okay, this is okay. We had this inducement low. Cool. Price like it don't look like it will go down. Honestly, it's way too bad. So okay, cool. Yep, it's way too bad. It's all my whole build up like accumulation. We might manipulate this, go this, so we can do this, go that, right? It's bad. Trust me, it's bad. And just out at break it. There we go. Okay, breaking even trade. Let me really quick go on H1. Okay, good. There we go. We have our initial entry right there. Just don't hit break even on that entry. Rest, it's really good, right? Okay, still no trade for me. Might get a good buy in there, right? It will be a good one. Okay, still. Oh, I thought Asia is over. So no ish. No buys so far. Okay, cool. Okay. This would be a nice buy, right? What is that? Yep, there we go. A nice buy, and we can target this high. Okay, inducement with speed. Everything is good. Give me M5 rejection. There we go. It's good one. And I think Leonard is open. So come back to this one. Give me a bullish reaction. Okay, good. Try to take a buy position. Okay, it's a bit bad now. Okay, 4.84 R, honestly. H1. Okay. Yeah, this is also one level that we can induce as a final inducement before going any lower. So place order, limit 1%, set. Okay, okay, cool. Very bad, very bad. Okay, now see it go up, right? There we go. Bit early entry, right? Why I took it a bit aggressively, no breakout structure, no stuff in there, right? So let's just now wait, right? Let's just wait for a clear inducement. Honestly, either the same thing that I just said, inducement of this one, or this is now whole build up phase. See that whole accumulation phase. So no trade within this region. The session is going good so far, right? With the accuracy and all those stuff. So I don't want to get into some bad trade. So we'll avoid this whole region. So no trade zone for us, right? Let's just play the price action. Okay, doing good. Faking the reaction. Where can we go? We can come back into this EPA level to retest and then go lower. Tested that. There we go. Okay, going a bit up. And final inducement, right? Perfect. Okay, yeah, again, where are we reacting? I think to this level of EPA, which is really good. We do have some reference to the left as well, right? So why not again hop on M1? But for that, I want, there we go. M1. Your internal breakoff structure, right? M1 mitigation zone, right? Wait for price to come back to my zone, and then we execute the trade. Okay. Okay. Yep. Seems like we just missed that by as well, right? I'm just trying to get one good entry, from the extreme, but these you can enter like on the re-entries, right? For me, I just like to get a good initial entry, and for that and for re-entry this inducement low would be good for me. But in this whole region we didn't induce that properly. I think we came back to M5 sort of price or M5 mitigation zone, but we came back to this whole region, right? Okay, okay, there we go, there we go. Just I'll end this whole session after this day, after it takes out my target liquidity, whatever that is, right? I just want to see if it takes that. I don't obviously after that we'll just go on, you can say that, man, H1, or I can just continue back testing this till we get a full TP on our first on this trade, and I'll upload this in parts, so that would be really good. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll upload that in parts. So first part is right down there after this day is done, right? Okay, perfect, right? There we go. So how do I, there we analysis. So this is you can say that start so far in this back testing session we made around 25%, 85.7% win rate. Took 8 trades, 6 were, like, you can say that winners, 1 loss, 1 break even, and we missed 2 to 3 trades, right? Average score 5R, which is really good. Ideal average RR is 8.5 and max side leverage is 15.15, right? Okay, cool. So this is it for today's backtesting video. I'll see you in the next video continuing the backtesting from here, right? So yeah, see you guys. Have a good day.